Well, listen, I want to ask you and everybody else about something that happened this week that was important to me because I am an atheist. I don't think there's any... Thank you, that's okay. But, you know, people always say, you know, when somebody says something obvious, oh, is the Pope Catholic? I think he might not be. I think the Pope might be an atheist. There, I've said it. Like I think Obama is, because he said this week, Pope Frank, said, the Lord has redeemed all of us, not just Catholics, even the atheists. And I was like, I am going to book my flight to heaven right now. And then, of course, it's funny because, you know, it's just like politics. The hierarchy at the Vatican was like, what the fuck did this guy just... You could almost see them preparing the poison, you know. It's like, luckily we got a spare pope. This guy, Ixnay on the... You know, one of the key things in this religion and most religions is monopoly, only through us. Even hippie Jesus said that, only through me. So this guy's saying everybody gets into heaven. So then they had to walk it back, and he said, the Vatican said, no, I don't, you have what?
I have it, the Vatican spokesman quickly intervened. Father Thomas Rosica said, quote, people who truly know the Catholic Church cannot be saved if they refuse to enter or remain in her.
Remain in her?
Yeah, that would be that. And you think, presumably without using a condom. But you wonder if they ever vet any of the statements.
Well, it made me think that, you know, I remember when I was making Religulous and we talked to a lot of priests, and we found out that a lot of priests really aren't believers. They do it because, no, some of them do it for the sex. That's true. But I mean, no, there's a lot of good ones, and they do it because it's a way to help people, and they know they can't tell the masses that it's all a crock. But they themselves don't believe it. And I think Pope Frank, you know, what's his real name?
Francis.
It's Francis.
No,
what's
his Argentinian name? It's like Julio.
It's really long.
It's Julio Embarlio. It sounds like a very expensive pair of shoes. I know that. And he's a sophisticated guy from that era, and I think he is, I'm telling you, I think the Pope's an atheist.
You know, what I'd say, like, look, I think as a progressive, the Pope kind of rocks, because he's been great on so many issues. You know,
This Pope?
This Pope
Already?
Yeah.
It's been there like a week.
Okay.
What has he done?
So he's already chastised austerity in Europe. He's criticized driving all these people into unemployment and all the cuts that people are really suffering from.
He's
made arguments about corporate profits versus poverty, that we should care more about how people are suffering and care less about how banks are doing.
Oh, they're going to poison him.
I think we, you know, I mean, we should embrace his works and the fact that he's been actually a strong voice on really important issues. He's criticized slave wages in Bangladesh. I mean, he's been in just 2 months, he's been a refreshing change from where the church has been on these issues of, you know, actually doing good by the
Pope Frank, everybody. Pope Frank.
Although, you know, even all of that is impressive, but even more importantly, Pope Frank did also say that sometimes he falls asleep while he's praying. I thought that's my guy.
Just officially, I'm still calling him Pope Francis.
Yes.
Just so everybody knows, I don't know Pope Frank is the official term yet, you know. Frankie.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
a fake
interesting.
name.